Welcome to Delish, Dunia. It's all about food. Let's go on a food journey. Please make sure to subscribe.
Hi, I'm going to make stuffed mushrooms today, and they make a really good appetizer. So I actually ended up buying 24 ounces of white mushrooms. And of course, depending on where you are, I'm not sure what kind of mushrooms you can find. But essentially, as you can see, these are the mushrooms I got. And so these mushrooms, what I did is I removed the stem, and most of them came out quite easily. I just twist a little bit and it comes out. If it doesn't, you can always take a little knife and take out some of the pieces. You're not trying to get all the brown stuff. You're just trying to get the stem out, okay? So I did that, and really essentially you need about 12 of these mushrooms, small to medium size. Now, the package came with 20, and they're varying sizes. So some of them are larger, so I decided I'm just going to double the recipe. Okay? So other than the mushrooms, and I've already removed the stems, the next thing is garlic. So you can put about 4 cloves of garlic. I like garlic, and so does my husband, and so do my friends. So I went ahead and put a little bit more garlic because we really enjoy it. And so what I've done is I took the stems and I went ahead and used my food processor. As you're probably understanding, I love my food processor. And so both the garlic and mushrooms are chopped finely in here, which makes it a lot easier and faster. Other than that, I have some spices here, and then I also have for later, I have cream cheese. So the recipe, I would say you would need, because I'm doubling it, it's 16 ounces. So that's 2 little packets of the cream cheese that you can buy packaged at the store. I decided, because I'm using all the mushrooms, I'm just going to double it. It is very likely I'm going to end up with extra stuffing. It almost always happens. So here we go. So first things first, if you planned to make these and put them in the oven right away, then you can go ahead and turn on your oven at 350. I am not planning to do that because I am going to take this to a friend's place to bake. So I'm going to go ahead and prep it, get it ready, leave a few for my husband here, and then I will take the rest to my friend's place. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is turn on the stove. I have my little pan here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start with oils. So I typically use grapeseed oil. If you want to use coconut oil, you can do that. If you want to use some other type of oil, you can do that. There's no restriction. I would avoid olive oil only because of the heat. Okay? So I'll go ahead and put roughly 1 tablespoon, maybe a little bit more, because I'm doubling the recipe. That doesn't mean I should put 2 tablespoons, but you understand what I'm saying. So here we go. I'm gonna wait for this to heat up, and then once this is heated up, I'm essentially gonna cook the mushroom garlic mixture. And once that is cooked, I mean, that's really all you have to do is cook that for about 5 minutes until it looks like it's all cooked. And then you can mix it in with the cream cheese. All right, so the last ingredient that we also need is Parmesan cheese. So I have half a cup because I'm doubling the recipe. So normally you only need 1/4 cup. I might put a little bit more just because I like it cheesy. So if you don't like mushrooms, I get it. You know, not everybody likes mushrooms. But if you like mushrooms, this is a really easy recipe. Works in the summer and the winter, honestly, because it's easy to eat. You know, just pick it up and eat it. So, all right, let me get all of that out. Smells really good because I can smell the garlic. That means I put a good amount. Okay. You just check and make sure you don't have any big pieces. So I see 1 or 2 pieces of my garlic that didn't get chopped completely, which is okay. I'm gonna try and get them out and cut them a little bit because I don't want someone to get a big chunk in their mouth. That would not be fun. Most of it was done. Let's see. Ah, here's one more. Oh, actually that looks fine. Okay, that was it. Just a teeny tiny one that didn't look like it got chopped. Oh, I have one more here. Okay, so I will let that cook. So you could always actually, you know, I went ahead and prepped the cream cheese as well as the parm cheese. But you could always take this time while the mushroom mixture is cooking to get those ingredients out for yourself. So just cutting these because they're really, really tiny. So I'm just being careful. Okay. Alright, I feel pretty good about that. Okay, let's go ahead and put that back in there because we like garlic. Alright, so there it is. And then let me stir it a little bit. And this will not take long to cook at all. As you can see, it's already coming down in size. It's reducing. Yep. So I'd say about 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes, depending on how, you know, whether you double the recipe or not. But usually 5 to 7 minutes should be more than enough to get this cooked. So it looks pretty good to me. Now you can do one of two things. You can either let it cool down. Some people like to do that. Or like me, because I'm always in a hurry, I'm just going to mix this in with the cream cheese. So let me get this out of the way. Alright. And so here is my cream cheese, and I'm going to go ahead and put in the cream cheese the Parmesan cheese. So that's already in there. And then I feel pretty good about this. I'm going to turn it off. And I will let it sit there for a minute. So while that's sitting there, the other ingredients that go in here would be onion powder. So I would say for a single recipe, probably 1 tablespoon at least. I just put everything because I didn't have that much left, which is okay. And then this is cayenne pepper. Again, this is an Indian one, so it is spicy, so I don't want to make it too spicy. So I'm just gonna put that much, even though I've doubled the recipe, because in case my son, maybe I'll put a little bit more, in case my son decides to eat it, I want to make sure that he can. And then salt. So again, if you have sea salt or Himalayan salt, either one will do, but you don't need too much salt because we have a lot of cheese in here. And then a good amount of pepper. I like fresh pepper, it just tastes good. And then now for the mix, the mushroom garlic mix goes in. And then I'm gonna mix it. But what I might do, and I do this sometimes because obviously the cream cheese is still quite solid because I took it out of the fridge. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this mixture in the microwave just for 30 seconds to a minute. Okay, so I was saying I ended up putting this in the microwave for 30 seconds. I'm gonna put a little bit more Parm cheese just because I feel like it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and mix it. So it's still a little bit harder, but I'm able to get through, you know, the cream cheese. So it's not super hard for me to mix. I can't imagine doing it if the mixture was 100% cooled down. This would be a little harder to do. So you want to make sure it's nice and incorporated, and then you're ready to stuff the mushrooms. So for stuffing the mushrooms, I like to use a spoon. It makes it easier. I use like a small teaspoon. And then also what I've already done is I've prepped an oven tray so that I can put the mushrooms on that tray as I get this ready. So this is looking nice. I find it easier. So make sure that you don't just have cream cheese. Make sure all the ingredients are nice and incorporated. If you want, you can also try it before stuffing the mushrooms so that you know if there's enough spices. Yeah, so lots of things. Anyway, so if there are enough spices, then you're good to go. All right, so let's see this. It's looking good to me. I'll just give it one more little mix to make sure everything's nice and mixed and we don't have just cheese on one side or just mushrooms on another side. So I see 1 or 2 pieces of the cream cheese. Nice. So here we go. Oh, one more. It's hiding, as we say. All right. So that is looking nice to me. Here you go. Looks nice. If you see any of these, make sure you pop them out so they're not just cream cheese. Okay? All right. So now for the mushrooms, as I said, I have a tray ready. And so I'm just being aware that this is hot. And essentially what I've done is I've already put foil on it, and then I'm gonna put some grease on it. So again, pick your grease, whatever you want it to be. Okay, so here I'm going to go ahead and grab a spoon. And then I have my mixture, so I'll put it back here. I will grab the mixture with the spoon and stuff it in there. So usually what I do is I stuff it and kind of flatten it a little bit, but then when I have a lot at the end, I do put more and kind of round it off. So I can do a little bit more, a little bit more. All right. So here is my mushroom, and I go ahead and put it on the tray. So you basically just repeat the steps until you have all the mushrooms stuffed. See, I find this spoon so much easier because you see it's a good way to stuff it, and then a good way to even use it for rounding off, so it looks a little pretty. So you keep repeating until you're done.
Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you.